I don't understand why I'm still getting hate.
I jumped in his DMs and set up this interview, and let me just tell you, things got crazy.
Why am I still getting hate?
So it's been over 3 years since I made a video on the channel called DramaAlert. My last video literally being when he had that whole beef with Ethan Klein. Yeah, that was fun.
Harry Potter is just a movie, but I don't think I've ever actually met a real-life Slytherin.
But today I thought I'd make a video on Keemstar once again, just covering some of the stuff that's happened over the past couple years. Because when I tell you that this guy has caused so much shit on the internet, then you best fucking believe it. He is like the villain of YouTube. But before I get started, I just want to let you know that I am going to be missing things out in this video. There is way too much shit to cover with Keemstar to put it all in one video, unless you want to be sat here like you're in the fucking cinema. There's no possible way I can compile everything Keemstar has done in one little video. It's just shooting for the fucking stars at that point. There is no fucking chance. Now that I've done my little monologue, we can pretty much just get into the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So Keemstar's always had the reputation on YouTube of speaking his opinion and not really giving too much of a fuck how he looks at the end of it, which I think a lot of people admired, and that's pretty much where his fan base has sort of come from. But I think most people admired DramaAlert just because of how raw and real the interviews were on the show. And as much as people don't like to admit it, people love watching drama on the internet, and they love watching people get exposed on a platform like DramaAlert because it's fucking funny to people. And as much as people hate to admit that fact, it's evident based on just how many views he was racking in from these interviews and these videos he was making on people. But it kind of got to the point where it went a little bit too far.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
She just wants the money, man, and it's a...
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? I did everything for her! Literally fucking everything! What the fuck?
As you can see, Bashiverse was a prime example of this, but he wasn't the only one that was negatively affected by DramaAlert and the exposed videos made on him. Tabuscus was a big YouTuber on the site until a DramaAlert video came out, basically exposing him for these allegations made by a woman. And I'm not going to get too much into it, but the allegations were apparently false, but still leaving his YouTube career pretty much in fucking ruins.
There's been a lot of people in the community that actually blame me, Toby, for your downfall. They blame me. They say I'm the reason why you don't really have a career anymore. But, it's you.
There was also the case of Skydoes Minecraft, who came on a DramaAlert interview and just completely started breaking down.
Because if I don't disprove this, then I'm leaving a fucked up legacy for my son! And I'm not gonna let that fucking happen! Like, this may be fucking jokes to you, JJ, but this is my son! This is my legacy, this is my family! I'm not gonna let this shit continue to fucking happen!
And I know there's been some shady shit going on with him in the past couple years, but this point is not to defend him in any way, it's literally just to show you how much Keemstar did not give a single fuck what happened on his show, and just to sort of show you that these were the type of things on his show at the time, in the name of fucking entertainment. It's just fucking wild. And I know that all of this already seems pretty bad anyway, which it is, but it does beg the question of what would happen if it went one step fucking further. If you have any knowledge of Keemstar's past and DramaAlert, then chances are you probably know about RS Glory and Gold. But if you aren't for whatever reason, then let me explain. So Tony Ray Winchester was a RuneScape streamer back in the day, and was negatively affected by a DramaAlert video that came out about him, basically calling him a fucking paedophile. Now Keemstar got a lot of hate for this because apparently the method that his team used to even differentiate if this guy even had anything to do with the actual person who was like a fucking paedophile was basically just to take a little glance at each person and say, yep, he looks like him, yeah, 100%. Now luckily this hate backfired on Keemstar and DramaAlert, But this very well could have been a case of a man's life completely being fucking ruined by just some stupid allegations online, and it even could have got to the point where it could have negatively affected him to the point of him taking his own life, as seen many times before by people that have been wrongly accused for shit like this in the past. Also, as a side note to this, by the way, unfortunately Tony has passed away, but this is a point that I also wanted to mention. It's that a lot of people in Keemstar's career that he has called out or ruined the fucking careers of, or just been a massive fucking dick to in any way, shape or form, have actually passed away. There's Bashiverse, who I talked about previously, there's Tony or RS Glory and Gold, and there's also a YouTuber called Total Biscuit who he made a horrible fucking tweet to relating to his cancer diagnosis.
Oh, I've never even fucking said anything about you at all. Like, now I want to. Now I want to be like, can't wait to report your death. Like, seriously. What's wrong with you, asshole?
And then lastly on that list, which takes me into the final segment of the video, is a YouTuber called Etika. Now, I'm not going to get too much into the whole story of what happened between him and Etika, because I feel like it's been talked about so much, and I don't want to rehash things from the past, which can easily just be left alone at this point. But it does relate to something I want to talk about between Keemstar and a YouTuber called FouseyTube, who I've also covered on this channel before. So, let's just get into that. So what I mainly wanted to talk about with this whole thing is the power of a platform and what kind of influence it can have over someone that is struggling with mental health. Because if you didn't know, over the past couple months, Keemstar kind of had a little beef with FouseyTube, who, as I've talked about in a previous video, is clearly going through some mental problems at the moment. And I'll play you a little segment from like a little fight they had on a Twitter space or whatever the fuck. But I'll show you a little clip now from that, just to give you the idea of what's going on and just to show you how FouseyTube is acting in this video towards Keemstar.
That's out of left field. No, I'm not.
You tweeted it today, you dumb fuck!
Are you talking in this moment?
About my fucking mental health!
Talking in this moment, in this space? Am I trying to make people think you're having a manic episode? Or
you
are
tweeted it today!
Now I've watched this whole over 40-minute long video at least twice now, and the first time I watched it I instantly thought of Etika and the whole shit that happened between him and Keemstar. It just gave me a massive fucking flashback to what happened with that. And I guess it kind of put into perspective for me just how much power Keemstar's had over people that have been struggling with mental problems. At least to the extent of using their name for drama or content. FouseyTube is a prime example of this. Now there's a segment in this video where FouseyTube basically says to Keemstar and reminds him of the fact that apparently Keemstar made him want to commit suicide. Which is just horrible to hear.
You made me want to kill myself in a video game, and I set it on top of an Escalade for the world to see, and that video is still on your channel, dog.
And whether you believe it or whether it's true or not, the response to this from Keemstar is really what made me start thinking.
Just because you accuse me of that crazy shit doesn't mean that it's real.
You're a piece of shit.
Now, I'm not going to speak my opinion on blaming anyone about the whole situation between Keemstar and Etika, but you'd think after all of that shit happened and after his career was basically squashed, with comments flooding his YouTube saying we will never forget what you did and we won't forget what you fucking did all the time, you'd think he'd try to tread carefully about situations involving mental health, and you'd think he'd be able to identify when somebody is clearly going through like manic shit. And it's not exactly a mystery either. Like if you go back and watch FouseyTube's content around the same time as this fight, you'll see a very obvious indicator that FouseyTube is clearly going through something mentally, and you'd just think that Keemstar would try to tread around it at least a little bit. You know, like, just at least a little bit. But honestly, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that segment, and that pretty much concludes the video as a whole. I just wanted to go through some things about Keemstar and the past of his channel, and kind of the legacy of what's happened to DramaAlert. But yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting topic for me. I've always found it interesting ever since I made that first Keemstar rant video, I guess, and he called it out on his Twitter, so it's always been kind of interesting to talk about for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, don't go and send hate to anyone I talked about in this video. Just form your own fucking opinions and whatever, and yeah, that's pretty much it.